Alright, you should have watched the last video, which should have been like slope-intercept form review. So now we're going to take standard form and we're going to switch it to slope-intercept form. Okay, so just a reminder, standard is ax plus by equals c, and slope intercept is y equals mx plus b. Okay. And reminder, we kick out our x, divide up our stuff. Okay, so if I had to give you like steps, these are our steps. So step 1, kick out our x. 2, divide up our stuff. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw that line straight down. Okay, so when I say kick out our x, I mean we're going to take this x and we're going to move it over here. Okay, to the other side of the line, really, is what I mean when I say kick out your x. So we need to look at our sign. This is a positive 2x. So in order to kick it out, we need to do the opposite. Okay, to get to the other side, we have to do the opposite. So if we have a 2x, we need to subtract a 2x. Okay, which means we have to subtract a 2x from this side as well. Okay. So when I subtract that 2x on the left-hand side of this line, they're going to cancel out. They zero out each other. So all I'm left with is a y. Now remember, we want it in slope-intercept form, which means the x comes before the b. So I'm going to put this negative 2x in front of the positive 3. Okay, so if I were to ask you, based off of this, what is your slope and y-intercept? Slope always comes before the x, and the y-intercept always comes, I don't want to say last, because sometimes they switch it up, but the y-intercept is whatever's left. So in this case, our slope is negative 2, and our y-intercept is 3. Okay, or 0. Okay, so let's look at this one. Negative 3x plus 2y equals 8. So I'm going to, first thing, I'm going to draw that line. Okay. Oh, man. Dumb pens. Okay, so kick out your x. Step 1, kick them out. So instead of subtracting 3x, I see that it's already a negative, so I'm going to add 3x to both sides. Okay, so these zero out. Okay, so I'm left with a 2y equals. Now, a lot of people right here are going to say, oh, that's 11x. Nah, can't do it. Because you have an x, and then you have, you have a regular 8, a constant, and then you have a 3x. So a coefficient and a variable. All right, so you actually cannot add these things together. But I can rearrange them so that way they're very similar to my slope-intercept form, which is 3x plus 8. All right, so far so good, except we don't have the y by itself. Okay, so step 1 was to kick out your x. Okay, step 2 is divide up your stuff. So we're going to divide by whatever number comes in front of the y. Okay, so whenever I divide by 2, I have to divide this number by 2 and this number by 2. Okay, every single number gets divided by 2. Okay, so we get y equals. A lot of people are going to plug it in and say, oh, that's 1.5, that's 1.5. You're right, it is. However, if I asked you to graph it without a calculator, it's easier to leave your slope as a fraction like this so you can see your rise over run. So we have 3 halves x, and then positive 8 divided by 2 is 4. So our slope is 3 halves, and our y-intercept is 4 or 0, 4. Okay. Okay. Looking at number 7. Do I want to do number 7? Yeah, sure, why? No. Let's do number 9. Well, it just looks like fun. Okay. So looking at number 9, the reason I like number 9 is because it's written in a way, I don't want to say to confuse you, but to make you think. So a lot of people see this and they go, oh man, look, there's a y over here and there's an x and there's a... That's true. Okay. However, the cool thing about the equal sign, it means that if this is equal to this, well, duh, Stork. Okay, but that also means that this is equal to this. So I can rewrite this, okay? So I'm going to rewrite this as negative 3y equals 6x plus 9. Notice I'm already one step ahead of the slope-intercept form, okay? So my x is already on the other side of the equal sign. Now I just have to divide up my stuff, okay? So I have to divide by negative 3, okay? Which means I divide this by negative 3 and this by negative 3, okay? So these cancel and I'm still left with y. 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. And positive 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3. I think. It's been a long Christmas break. Slope is negative 2. Y-intercept is negative 3 or 0, negative 3. Okay? I need you to work on the practice problems that are in Canvas.